Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Street Smarts. And we're going back to the Reddit channels to break down some questions from entrepreneurs. And tonight's question comes from Vast Park 4101. And he's asking this question, which is, should I quit my business? And here's what the comment says. It says, I'm a 29-year-old male. 2.5 years ago, I quit my job to go full-time in my online coaching business. I've had some ups and some downs, but this entire year has been down. The most I've ever made in a month was just over $6,000. But lately, it's been hard for me to get over $2,000 per month. I barely have enough money to do basic things and would like to hire someone to help, but literally can't afford it right now. Should I close down the business or get a job and do the business on the side? I haven't had a job in 2.5 years, so I don't imagine it will be easy to get, but I'm broke and open to anything. Any ideas? Well, I'm going to try to answer this question for you. And I feel like that anybody who's ever started a business, perhaps their first business has gone through this. And I would say that the very first thing that you need to consider, Vast Park 4101, is the first person you lead is yourself. And if you're going to become an entrepreneur, then you need to know yourself better. And everything that I'm reading in your job post or your Reddit post tells me a lot about who you are as a person. And it's a gross misconception that people who become entrepreneurs often do it for the wrong reasons, and that's to be their own boss. But truthfully, we can't confuse solopreneurship with entrepreneurship. And what I mean by that is there's really like 4 personalities or skills that you need in every type of business in order to make it successful. And those are, you need the entrepreneurial skill, you need the producer skill, you need the administrator skill, and you need the integrator skill. And those 4 personalities come from what's called Myers-Briggs. And the entrepreneur is somebody who is the visionary. This is the person who comes up with 10 ideas a week. 9 of them are trash, but you need that one great idea to keep pushing the business forward. This is the person that casts the vision. This is the person that creates the culture in which the business can thrive. And based off of what I'm reading from your post and the type of business that you built, you don't strike me as that type of person. You actually strike me as the second most important personality, which is the producer skill. These are the people that are doing the sales, they're doing the marketing, they're doing the coaching. And I feel like you're probably spending a lot of your time invested in that part of the business because that's what you love, is helping people that way. But unfortunately, you don't have the bandwidth, let alone the skill set to think outside the box. And then to kind of follow that up is the administrator. So this is the person that is kind of the logical one that's organizing the processes and the systems in the background. This is the person who is really risk adverse, but really procedural driven and documenting everything in order to grow it. And it sounds like most of what you're doing is one-on-one coaching, and there's very little thought around what happens next or what happens when you hire a new person. So even though you have this desire to hire a new person, you're not even ready to hire that person. And then kind of the fourth piece, and this is probably the most important beyond the entrepreneur, that would be the integrator. And so this is the person that orchestrates people, processes, and systems, right? So it's working with the administrators, it's working with the team, it's working with the entrepreneur to take the vision, bring it down to the ground, and execute. Because inside of a business, there's really only one thing that scales, and that's time. Time is your number one linchpin. And the only way to get more time is to either hire more people, install more technology, or build more systems and processes that free up or make you more efficient. And so I would say that your very first step right now before you do anything is to take a Myers-Briggs test and really understand who you are. Because in order for you to enjoy the work that you're doing and truly be successful at it, you're going to probably need some partners. So down to my advice for you. I actually understand your business very well because once upon a time, I built a 65-person coaching business. We were doing online nutrition coaching, and we were coaching people specifically for like $150 to $200 a month. And if I had to guess, I bet your business model is very similar. I bet it's a low-ticket coaching model, and it requires you to obtain a really high volume of clients, which barely leaves you any money left over. To boot, because you have such a high volume of clients, you have very little time to think creatively, and not to mention, I don't think it's actually your skill set. So you're so focused on delivering the coaching, you're not doing the most important things, which is tackling how to grow the business. So it leaves your business really one-dimensional, which means you sell people into the service, which is probably a relationship type of based sale, a referral, or you know somebody who knows somebody. And then they use the product and then they're done. And then that's it. So you don't have any way to keep them in the system. You don't have any way to keep generating revenue for them. And odds are you're probably stuck on a hamster wheel because you're selling your high ticket service to a low ticket clientele. And that just leaves you drained. So my advice to you is twofold. You could get a job and you could keep running it as a side hustle, which will probably alleviate a lot of the brain damage that you have. And being an entrepreneur, that actually makes you a better employee long-term because you know what that pressure feels like. So you really admire when you have a good place to work. So I wouldn't be concerned about getting a job, but I will submit to you that you probably need to consider whether or not you want to stay in this business. Sometimes the first business that we start is not actually the business that we want to stay in. We do the thing that we know the most and we know really, really well, which it sounds like you come from the world of fitness. So you probably have a good background in coaching or something like that. But then you get into it and you start to wonder, like, does this align with my lifestyle design? Is this actually what I want to be doing long term? And that's okay. Like, it's okay if this business, you close the door on it and you move on to the next one. But if you are going to stay in the game, then you need to take a long, hard look in the mirror and figure out if you have the appropriate skills necessary in order to grow it beyond yourself. Because if you're not able to build a team and you're not able to scale it beyond yourself, then you just have a job. And truthfully, that's why you got out of a job in the first place. At the end of the day, I'm a big fan of you pursuing this, but if you have to ask this question, then you're probably not an entrepreneur, or you just need to surround yourself with other entrepreneurs. Until next time, I'm Samson Jagoras, and this is Street Smarts. If you guys like what you heard or what you saw, give us a like, subscribe, and share it with a friend. Thanks.